Evening folks, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm bringing you round 7 on Next Gen Racing's CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, sponsored by the CHewitt Racing family. Thank you to them. So let's just give you a little bit of an update on what's happening tonight. So we are lacking a few drivers, so we decided to join lobbies. We've got the Pro-Am, the Pro-Ams running tonight, different setups between the cars. If you were here last season, you would have known that all cars were set to 150 brake. That is the same for the Pro-Ams this season, but the Pros are running 220 brake, so slightly different strategies for the different classes, and it's up to the Pro drivers to make their way cleanly around the Pro-Am drivers. Pro-Am drivers have to stick to their lines, etc, etc. So just wait for this to kick back in. So we're at the Kyoto driving park at Miyabi. It is the little off-shaped broad bean looking thing on screen there. There's not a lot to it. There will be many a lap to this one. So we're back to the 2-race format tonight. We've got a 15-minute quali and then a 15-minute sprint race, and then we go into the 30-minute feature race of tonight. So let's just have a look who we've got in the room tonight. We've got NGR Mad Marshall, Ollie O'Neill, Gapow, Pilgrim Paddy, NGR Cutler, Danzo, Zuzim's, Big Z Cuddles, me, Graham Reeds, and West Ham Daz. So 11 drivers currently. I think we've set the quali to old school quali, so people can join late if they need to. So the guys are all out on track now. Let's go check in with them. Andre, evening. Racing tonight, Andre. I didn't see you in. You should be. Why aren't you racing? I know you said you weren't, then you said you were, and then you said you weren't. You should be racing. So let's go and have a look at our man Zuzim's. Don Dotter's joined here then, so good job we've set it old school quali, otherwise he wouldn't be able to join this one. He might be able to join the race, but not the quali. That would probably throw him at the back. So yeah, evening Andre, hope you're alright, mate. Obviously you're not racing tonight. Mr. Dre 70, 84, 79, 26. Could be anything now. Could just be straight on 70. So Zuzim's then already lap 2, putting in a fastest lap of the race, going off track. Oh, getting it all wrong in that mini then on that tighter hairpin turn. Had a good race with Zuzim myself last night at GR3s. 42.2 then for Zuzim. NGR Cuddles, next man. Well, he again has run himself off track on that turn. And then went wide into that same hairpin. 43.6. Oh, he's chucked himself off track and back into the pit. So Cutler then 43.7. Cutler is rocking one of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper liveries. Putting in purple sectors as well there, Cutler. Let's just stick with him. Like I say, these are quite short tracks. It's working, but got ill. Oh, that's a shame. So in bed watching. Fair enough. Call it a name. Mr. Dre. See, I told you it was 70. I'm not even looking at the screen, I'm looking at the race. I knew it was straight 70. So what does Cutler put in then? Fastest lap so far, 42.1. Chucks himself into provisional pole. I hope it sounds alright anyway, Andre. You'll have to let me know whether the cars are too loud or whether I'm coming across too loud, etc. Whether it's all sounding okay. So Cutler leading then, Zuzim's in second. NGR Cuddle's third. Yet to put a hot lap in. Ollie O'Neill in fourth at the minute, 44.3. So one of the Pro-Am drivers on his own against the pros at the minute in this qualifying. Graham Reed's also Pro-Am driver, 44.8 for him currently. West Ham Daz, not too sure. He's not been in the league that long, I don't think, as West Ham does. We'll see how he gets on tonight. He's another Pro-Am driver. I do know West Ham from the P1 leagues as well, and Don Dotter. A little bit of contact between those two. NGR and Marshall, again another Pro-Am. He's on a 45.0. Did I see what West Ham does? He's on 44.9. Okay. And Marshall was on a 45.0. Kapow, another Pro-Am driver. You may remember him from last season. I commentated in the Pro-Am season last season. He was in it. 45.1 then for Kapow. Pilgrim Paddy, 45.4 for Pilgrim. Again, I know Pilgrim from the P1 races. And NGR Danzo, 45.4 for him as well. So about 5 minutes into this quali, you can see they've already put nearly 7 laps in. 45 second laps. There's a couple putting in 42s. So that's the difference. Fair enough, Andre. I just didn't know whether the cars were coming over louder than me or Zuzim's then chucking in a sneaky 42, 131. So only 12 thousandths faster than Cutler. Let's see what Cutler's got as he comes across this timing line. Purple sector. His turn to go. It's looking good. He's got this little kink to run through. Shouldn't be any problem in these minis. Full power through there by the look of it. Not quite. 42.208. So it's looking good. We'll see. Dotter then, he's chucked himself into third with a 42.2. Jar Bigsy a 42.6 as well up into fourth. Cuddles then pushed down a couple of spots. Just get back up. O'Neill 44.1 for Ollie. Let's just see if Ollie goes blue through here. No, he doesn't. Thousandths off his fastest time. We have a blue sector last one, which would have been his fastest lap of the race. So Graham Reed's at that 44.5. Not managed to go quicker with that lap. West Ham Daz 44.9. As I say, not too sure how long Daz has been in this league, whether he's been in it from the start, I couldn't tell you. German Marshall 45.0. Now still on that 45.1. Halfway through quali then. Position's not changing a lot now. Dan's only 11th with a 45.1 as well. And Pilgrim Paddy, looks like he's left the lobby, come back. Just halfway through this quali, I will just pull up the current points standings for both leagues. There will be a lot of these drivers missing tonight, as you can see. So for Pro, we've got Cutler leading, we've got Potter, but Pot, unfortunately, he's sitting this one out tonight. Zuzim's, he's in the room tonight, so Cutler's on 178, Potter's on 170. Zuzim's in third, then with 162, not a lot in it. Between the top three, Don Dotter's not that far back either with 146. 1 point behind him is Bigsy with 145. And only a few points back is Pav 46. I'm not sure if he's in this league anymore. He was on 138 points. Cuddles was in 7th with 85 points. Scar Wars 63 points in 8th. Burnt Fry in 9th with 48 points. Again, I don't think he's racing in this league anymore. Milo Taylor unable to race this week. He's on 31 points. To the top of the Pro League. And just dropping to the Pro bottom league. We've got Conrad racing again. He's unable to make this week. And I think TC Freddo's out of this league completely. So while we've got Pro Am drivers in here as well, I have got Pro Am standings. So we've got Ollie O'Neill, who's racing tonight. He's currently leading this with 224 points. Looks like he's had a good start to this season, taking a lot of wins. Him Carl 25, 161. And then in third we've got NGR Danzo with 131. Only 2 points behind is NGR Happy with 129. Not in the lobby tonight. Boozy Bob, again, not sure what's happening with Boozy, 118 points for Boozy Kapow. He is on track tonight, 116 points, only 2 points back from Boozy then. So Boozy not racing, that will propel him in front of Boozy. Graham Reeds, again we've seen him on track, 116, so he could do quite well tonight. 107 points for Graham Reeds. 4 points for Pilgrim, so both of those drivers could do quite well. Andre, unfortunately, he's sitting this one out. He's having a chat with me in the PlayStation, in the YouTube chat there. He's currently sitting in 9th with 99 points, so no points for Andre tonight. We've got West Ham Daz, 96 points for West Ham Daz, 10th spot. Just dropped to the bottom of Pro Am. NGR Mad Marshall with 83 points in 11th, 12th place with Volvo 84, 77 points. Jamie JJ 94 with 56 points. So we'll just jump back to the final session then. We've got 4 minutes of this qualifying left. Susan's still leading. 9.1 of a second over NGR Cutler. Second for Cutler, Don Dotter in third. Dixie in the pits, fourth. Cuddles in fifth. Ollie O'Neill, he is in a sixth position. So fastest of the Pro Ams is showing. We've got Graham Reeds in seventh. West Ham Daz in eighth. He's also just sitting in the pits, looking probably to run the end of this qualifying out. Man Marshall in 9th, Kapow in 10th, Danzo in 11th, and Pilgrim Paddy then in 12th position. So a couple more minutes left if anyone's out there fancies joining in. Burnt Fry, get yourself back from wherever the hell you are and get yourself in the mini lobby, clown, stop messing about. Still in Florida or wherever the hell you are, Miami. Baggy? Where's Baggy? Get Baggy in the room. Race these minis, Baggy. Fill this lobby up. Ghosting out. So 12 drivers. Don Dot's rocking a great big dark smoker mosh on the rear bumper of that Mini there. Appreciated, thank you. It's not one of the official liveries for the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Screw work. I give you permission to go home and play on PlayStation. So yeah, Cutler is rocking one of the official liveries. This is one of the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper liveries. They have got like a cheetah coloured one as well. I've got a leopard, I believe. That might be in a Ford car. Suzu's still rolling around then, trying to better that time of his. It's not on the screen there, but it is over on the left. It's a 41.90970, apologies. Looks like he set that, left the lobby and come back because it's not on screen on the right there. You can get back for race 2. It's 2-race format tonight. So leave now, get back for race 2. We'll have a 5-minute break and hold on. Side by side then as we come to the end of this qualifying. 30 seconds left. Should go straight into the race. Nix is in the pits, Cuddles is in the grass. So this little kick might be tricky. Don't think the first corner is going to be a problem. It's going to be a hairpin at the end of that little kick, I believe. That's where all the overtakes are going to happen. So the points are being scored between the different lobbies tonight. So the leader of this man here, Ollie O'Neill, currently leading the Pro-Am drivers. So that's it, we are into the race. Ollie O'Neill gives us a great big backwards handbrake and across the line. Slacking Burnfry. Should have told him you're having another day in Florida and come to race. Blagged it. Slacking. So grid order then. Zuzim's in first, Cutler second, Pixie third, Cuddles fourth, Ollie O'Neill fifth, Graham Reed sixth, NGR Danzo seventh, Pilgrim Paddy eighth, West Ham Daz ninth, Mad Marshall 10th, Power 11th, Don Dotter 12th. So they're away. Zuzim's not getting a great start. He's got Bigsy closing him in already down this start-finish straight as they head into this big, wide right-hander. Cutler sticking to the grass, almost losing it through there though, just cutting off Bigsy as he runs it onto the curb and wide, but that's going to give Bigsy a bit of a run around the inside of him. Past yet though for Bigsy. Cuddles right on the rear end, but he's run himself wide through there. Has Cuddles. He is back on track now though. Ollie O'Neill got a swarm of minis behind him in fifth. Oh, Cuddles has run himself off track in that hairpin. That's going to put him under pressure for this swarm behind. Ollie O'Neill in fifth, then Pilgrim up into sixth. Graham Reed seventh, Danzo eighth, Kapow ninth, Mad Marshall 10th, Don Dotter 11th, Don Dotter 10th now. West Ham Daz in 12th. So Zuzim's got Cutler side by side as they head through that little chicane section. Nothing in it between these two. Cutler going for a run down the inside into this hairpin. Who's going to have balls through here? Cutler running himself wide. Zuzim sneaks back through. Because he might get a run on Cutler as well through here. He's cut that turn massively though. Slipstream though, Bigsy, but Cutler's got the toe off Zuzim's. So nothing in it between the top three. Pulled a big gap between themselves and fourth place Ollie O'Neill. So let's have a bit of already, I think. Need a bit of this going on. He's just losing it out a little bit through there. So, like I say, not a lot to this track. We'll just stick with Bigsy as we run round a lap. So he comes around this last little kinky chicane onto the start-finish straight then. Trying to stick into Cutler's slipstream, but you can see Cutler's got the toe off Zuzim's. So into this big, long, sweeping right. Just easing off in fifth. Letting it roll through, back on the gas as early as you dare, sorry, not as late as you dare. Into this open chicane then, full speed through here. So sticking closely together. Into this last little tighter hairpin. This is where you've seen one or two drivers running wide already. Through this little kink, right, left, right. Back onto that start finish straight. Again, still nothing in it between these three. So should be some good fighting between pro drivers tonight. Where's Cuddles gone? Cuddles is sitting down in 12th position, unfortunately. We did see him run wide at the middle of lap 1 or lap 2. Just sneaks through up into 10th then through there. Just wondered where he went. Let me just flick back up to the front and I'll run through the order. So Zuzim's still leading then. Again, still nothing between himself and Cutler, and nothing between himself and Bigsy. Just half a second between these three drivers. Don Dotter then in 4th, 7.6 seconds back. Unfortunately, he might be the next quickest driver on track with the top three. They're all towing each other around. So you might just see Don Dotter losing more and more time because he's punching his own hole through the air there. Ollie O'Neill in 5th, then 5.3 seconds back. Made a bit of a gap to Pilgrim Paddy in 6th, 2.6 seconds. Graham Reed's in 7th, then coming under pressure from Cuddles, who snuck up another couple of places. Was at the back of the pack, then snuck up to 10th. So Cuddles back up into 8th, then looking to make a move on Graham Reed's. A little bit late there, Cuddles, but nothing's come of it. Danzo in 9th, closing in on Cuddles as well as he battles to get his way past Graham Reed's. So right on Cuddles now then, Danzo. He'll have a good run down this start finish straight. Different brake horsepower though, so Cuddles will just pull away. So West Ham Daz in 10th then. A little bit of pressure from Kapow behind. Less than a second, just dropped down to about half a second there. Man Marshall now in 12th, not that far back, 1.7. So yeah, different brake horsepowers running tonight. The pro guys, Cliche, evening mate. The pro guys are running 220 brake. The pro AMs are running 150. So different strategies. The pro boys will be running a lot quicker around here. Zuzim's had made a break, he's put in a purple sector as well, so he's got 1.8 seconds over Bigsy. So Bigsy has obviously come under pressure from, Cutler's obviously come under pressure from Bigsy. Put Cutler down into 3rd position, and they're just dropping off the back of Zuzim's now. He's got a 2.1 second lead. So these two who were bolted onto the back end of Zuzim's, now just seeing him disappear a little bit. It's giving Don Dotter a ray of hope. He's holding a half a second penalty though, but now he's only got 6.5 second gap, not an 8 second gap. So Ollie O'Neill, again one of the first of the Pro Am drivers, 150 brake horsepower mini. Not doing bad. He's fending off Cuddles. Cuddles hasn't fought his way through the pack though, ran himself off track, possibly on this very corner, I think it was. Got all sorts of chat going on, I can't even keep up. Oh my god, second race burnt dry. Oh damn it. Maybe next week, get yourself in. Evening Cliche, how you doing mate? Nice to see you. I watched you Friday night. You were steaming. Graham Reeds in 7th. We've got Pilgrim Paddy in 8th then. So was in 6th, dropped back a couple of spots. West Ham Daz in 9th. Coming under pressure from Danzo. Danzo's dropped back actually, he was further up. So we've got Power in 11th, trying to fend off Mad Marshall in 12th. So most of the liveries tonight are actual racing liveries in the Mini Cooper Cup. You can see these, they are current or post liveries. So Mad Marshalls and Kapows there. Can't really see them at the minute. The Dunlop, is it SPI on the side of Kapows? Yeah. Danzo's as well, the Evergreen tyres. West Ham Daz with Chandler's, whatever that was. Yeah, so been really well put together. I think NGR Cuddles has done most of these, so well done to him. Oh, who's that? Just smashed into the wall. Who's that? Where is he? Oh, they've left. Who was it? I'm going to find out. I forget. So Zuzim's, he's had that lead broken a little bit. It was 2.1 seconds. It's down to 1.4. NGR Cutler managed to make a break from Bigsy then. Slowly closing in on Zuzim's to bring the battle back to him. We are about 9 minutes into this race. So Bigsy just having to fight his way through the Pro-Am guys. Possibly Cutler able to just sneak his way through. Bigsy held up. Losing more and more time to Cutler now. 5.2 seconds. He's back now in 3rd position. And 4th place Dom Dotter also trying to make his way through. Not that far back from Bigsy actually. Only 1.7 seconds. Looking to make his way around the outside of Pilgrim Paddy. So both these drivers have raced together before. Dom Dotter is in the toe of Pilgrim. Pilgrim really driving himself off track to give Dom Dotter a bit more room there. Ollie O'Neill still not doing too bad. 5th position, top of the Pro-Am drivers. He's got a big old gap back to Graham Reed, his closest rival in the championship on track at the minute. 4 seconds he's got back to him. So we just see O'Neill disappearing around the corner. And Graham Reed himself has got 8.5 seconds back to West Ham Daz. West Ham Daz managed to make a break from NGR Danzo now as well. No pressure from him at the minute, 4.4 seconds back. He's got Kapow right on his rear bumper looking to make a big lunge around the outside. Not a bad move either. Danzo just stuck out of the way a little bit. Don Dotter comes flying past him down the inside. He's got to watch out for Cuddles as well. Cuddles has gone a little bit deep into there. Pilgrim Paddy in 11th currently. It's got Mad Marshall for company at the minute. Mad Marshall getting quite a good tow down here. So closing in, but unable to get too close to him. So that gap down to half a second between Cutler and Zuzim's at the front then. Zuzim's starting to feel the pressure as this race comes to a close. 11 minutes 20 on the clock, so we've got about 3.5 minutes remaining. Can Cutler stick with Zuzim's? Is he going to make a late lunge? Just trying to stick in the slipstream of him. Very clean driving from both of these two. So big gap to Bigsy now, 8.8 seconds. He's starting to come under a bit more pressure from Don Dotter, 1.5 seconds. That gap coming down slowly. 3 minutes left to put it on him, Don. And then again, just opening up a little bit more of a gap. Ollie O'Neill, 4.1 seconds. So he's gained another 0.1 over the last couple of laps. Graham Reed's just coming under pressure from Susans and Cutler as they go through. So he's just losing a bit more time then, allowing those guys to run through. That gap up to 4.3 seconds now. Stand does 10 seconds back. NGR Cuddles 4.1 back, holding a bit of a penalty as well. So not having the best of races, a bit up and down the field actually. Cuddles was rolling around at fourth at one point, I believe. Danzo in ninth. Powell putting him under pressure for that position. He's going to get a good run out of here. Gopal, he's got the faster run into that turn. Has he got it? I don't think the start finish straight is quite long enough for these minis. So different lines through there. Gopal going for it. A little bit of contact between those two. Doesn't do any damage to Danzo. He doesn't run off track. He does manage to keep the inside line. I think Gopal just backed off a little bit there, giving that position back. So respectful driving from the Next Gen Pro Am League there. It's good to see. So Man Marshall's got past Pilgrim Paddy then. Pilgrim Paddy now sitting at the back of the pack. So Zuzims, Cutler. Still these two running away then, 9.4 seconds. Another purple sector from Cutler. Fastest lap of the race currently as well, 41.8. So Ollie O'Neill then, top Pro Am driver, leading by 4.5 seconds now over Graham Reed's. Just extended a little bit more every lap. So Graham Reed's 11.5 back to West Ham Daz. So NGR Cuddles has closed that gap, 1.3 seconds between these two now. So closing in. Cuddles in the pro lobby. So running the 220 brake, but unfortunately he's had a few offs, which have affected his race a little bit. So he has been down at the back of the pack. He was in fourth. He's at the back of the pack, he's had to fight his way through, and then he's lost another position, or he's run himself wide on that turn, which he likes to do, and then run deep into this turn, which he likes to do, like that. Cuddles, stop it. You can see that's just allowed West Ham Daz, even though West Ham Daz is in this slower car. Oh, okay, sorry, I wasn't watching, we have ticked over. So Zuzims and Cutler then side by side as they're coming around this last turn. Unfortunately, Zuzims has managed to get in front. So looking like he's going to take the win on this one then, Zuzims. Cutler's got a good run, unable to do it. Handbrake across the line for Zuzims. Then first place, good race. And again, good race from Cutler, managing to catch back up with Zuzims. Take second place, Bigsy in third. Lost a bit of time then, last section of that race. Don Dotter fourth. Ollie O'Neill, top of the Pro-Am drivers in fifth. And all the scores have gone off screen, so you guys will have to wait. So there's race results on screen. We've got Zuzims in first, Cutler in second, Bigsy third, Don Dotter fourth, and then we jump into the top of the Pro-Ams, Ollie O'Neill. Graham Reed's in second of the Pro-Ams. West Ham Daz in third of the Pro-Ams. NGR Cutler coming in fifth of the Pros. And then fourth for Pro-Am was Danzo, fifth for Pro-Am was Kapow, sixth Mad Marshall, and seventh Pilgrim Paddy. So NGR Cutler then taking fastest lap of the race with a 41.8. We are now going to have a few minutes break and jump into race two. Race two will be a half an hour race, reverse grid format of this one. They will have to worry about fuel and tyre in race two. Fuel and tyres, not just a tyre, but all of them. A half an hour same track, but a reverse grid. But that shouldn't make much difference. It'll be a reverse grid in the pros, and then the pro-ams will obviously be a reverse grid of themselves, but not, you know, you'll figure it out. I think that's how they're going to do it anyway. So a few minutes break then while we let the drivers get a bit of rest from that one. I wouldn't let them straight into race two. I'm only joking. So chat away, people. If you've got anything to say, chat away. So we have just come back from mid-season break as well. I was hoping to see more drivers in these lobbies when we came back from mid-season break. I was hoping it was a bit of a miscommunication on dates and people had got the wrong week. It doesn't look like they have. So it might well be pros and pro-ams till the end of the season, depending on how many guys come back next week. I've got one or two saying they're working away or kids have thrown up, something like that. So we'll let them off. You can hear a few drivers going out for some sneaky laps. So they're, if I can get my video editing skills any good, which they won't be, they'll be terrible. Right, there's going to be some new content on the channel. Not telling you what, because it might be so bad, and the editing might be so bad that it might have to be destroyed and like buried where nuclear waste goes, because it'll be that bad. But nothing to do with GT, not in any sort of fashion anyway. Let's just see what was going on in the chat groups. Okay, so second race is starting at 21:15, so we've got about 6 minutes left. So nobody left then. I did see what happened to Cuddles. It did look like he'd left the lobby, but he didn't. So he's on the last hairpin, and he's just saying he was in the last hairpin, which I saw him do. And then his car reset about 50 feet, which I thought had made him disappear and leave the lobby. I thought he crashed off, rage quitted, chucked himself out of the lobby. But no, he got reset 50 feet back, 50 meters back for some reason. Random PlayStation shenanigans. So we've got tyre wear set at times 10 and fuel depletion set at times 8 for race 2. Maximum tyre they can use is the softs, and the minimum is the racing hards. I don't think we'll see many on the hards. I don't know though, you might do. Might be hard on the, you know, hard on the hards. But these softs wear out pretty quick round here. Fast turns, some hard braking into this hairpin. We'll see. It's an interesting little track for these minis. So I am on Discord as well. I'm on Twitter. It's at Dark Smoker on Twitter, and whatever the Discord is, Dark Smoker. Look for that. Just look for that. Because I've only just started Discord, so I don't know it. Yeah, look. How do I find out? I don't even know. How do I find out my own thing on Discord? Anyone got Discord? Tell me what the hell's going on? No. See, I don't even know what's happening with that app. Couldn't tell you even how to find my own profile on there. That's how much I can post stuff, but yeah. I suppose just look for Dark Smoker, eh? That'll do it. You know the logo, you know what it looks like. Yeah, it's just Dark Smoker, that's it. Just find that, search that, Discord and Twitter. I'm trying to open up my social media game. I've been told it's the way forward as a streamer. Got to get all these things rolling. So a couple of minutes left till the start of race 2 then. Reverse grid from results of first race. So that's going to, I think that's going to put Potter, Zuzim's above Potter in the championship. That'll extend Ollie's lead in the Pro-Ams championship. So I'll have to see what the points look like next week after these 2 rounds tonight. I don't actually have the spreadsheet, so I've just got images of the layout. Excuse me, fizzy popping. A few of the drivers out on track actually. Trying to get this last turn right by the look of it. So NGR Cuddle's just setting the grid then, and then we'll be ready to go. Race tonight. So Cutler's usually pretty good at conserving fuel and tyres. Zuzim's not bad either. Don going for a lunge. George there is currently holding fastest lap in this little practice session. Not anymore though, Zeus's just gone a little bit quicker. So we are just about to start race 2. So here we go, reverse grid from race 1. Let's see what the grid order looks like. Oh, we've got people ploughing into all sorts of things. So half an hour race for you guys tonight. The second of 2. So Don Dotter then sits at the front of the grid for the pros, followed by Bigsy, followed by Cutler, followed by Zuzims. Pilgrim Paddy sitting at the front of the grid for the Pro-Ams. Lights are on red. NGR Marshall in 6th, Power 7th, Danzo 8th. Just wait for the lights to drop, they're away. Oh, it's a bit of a bad start by Cutler. Don Dotter seems to have got away quite well though. Zuzims following Bigsy through into that first turn. So Cutler then through that bad start drops back to 4th position. Like he was going to get away well, but then just bogged down. So Don Dotter then leads us through on lap 1. Bigsy closing in, Zuzims looking to get past him. So at the front of the Pro-Ams we've got Pilgrim Paddy being chased closely. Oh, who's that in the background? It's Mad Marshall, then gone off the track through that little chicane into the barrier. So Pilgrim Paddy leading the Pro-Ams, followed by Kapow, followed by Danzo, O'Neill in 8th. Got Graham Reeds in 9th, West Ham Daz in 10th, and Mad Marshall we've just seen off track in 11th. No Cuddles, I don't think, no. Cuddles decided to sit this one out. So Don Dotter leads then, Zuzims is up into 2nd position, got past Bigsy. Cutler's also managed to get past Bigsy as well. Looks like Bigsy's had some off-track action, so holding a bit of a penalty there. Trying to lose it through that last hairpin. So only 4 drivers battling it out for the pro lobby tonight. Getting another bit of off-track action there for Bigsy. Picked up another half a second penalty for his trouble as well. Stick with the boys in front. He's picking up penalties for little shortcuts he's taking. So he's lost it now. 1.1 back from NGR Cutler, 1.2, 1.3. He's going to try and get back in that slipstream. So Pilgrim Paddy still leads the Pro-Ams then. Made a bit of a gap over Graham Reeds in 2nd. Battle for 3rd place in the Pro-Ams going on behind between Danzo Kapow and Ollie O'Neill. Ollie O'Neill making a good run down the inside of Kapow there, getting past before that little kink. Kapow picking up a penalty somewhere around this track. So Ollie O'Neill 8th, then chasing down Danzo. Kapow 9th, Mad Marshall's got past West Ham Daz, and West Ham Daz now in 11th place. Don Dotter still leads the pros, followed by Zuzims. So Cutler in 3rd position, less than a second back, it's just extended to a 2nd. Bigsy now losing more time, 3.2 seconds, no penalty, but he's out of the slipstream range. He's only going to lose more time to the guys in front now. So he's got to hope they have a bit of a coming together. Pilgrim Paddy's got it wrong coming through the chicane. That's just allowed Graham Reeds to sneak past up into, it says 5th there, but he is 1st in the Pro-Am lobby or league. So Pilgrim Paddy then 2nd or 6th. Danzo in 7th, 3rd. Power coming under pressure from, oh, he's got past Ollie O'Neill. Ollie O'Neill looking to get him back through the chicane. He gets inside the line. Takes that position back, but Mad Marshall's coming through for a look as well. Power having to go a bit defensive, looking to run down the inside of O'Neill, gets that position back. So good battling between these two from the Pro-Ams. Respectful driving as well. Bumper to bumper action, a little bit of door banging, but it's to be expected. Mad Marshall in 10th then. This time Daz, unfortunately, he's now out of the slipstream range, 4.8 seconds back in 11th. So back up to the front, Don Dotter still leads, 0.5 of a second gap over Zuzims. Cutler slowly closing these two back in, just within that slipstream range. So will Zuzims look to make a move past Don Dotter, or is he quite happy to sit there? Less fuel in his slipstream, save his tyres a little bit. Cutler slowly closing him in. A little bit wide through there, Cutler, but not picking up a penalty, kept it on track. He's brought the gap down again to Zuzims in front. Then Bigsy again, unfortunately. More time, 8.6 seconds back from Cutler in third. Not a lot he can do about it as well. He's driving that Mini within an inch of its life. So Pilgrim Paddy then has managed to stick with Graham Reeds. So first and second for the Pro-Ams have made a bit of a gap over third place, who has managed to get past Kapow now. Confidently, Kapow now down in 9th, so whether Kapow's had a bit of an off-track moment, not too sure, but Ollie O'Neill then up into third place for Pro-Ams, 7th on track. Marshall up into 8th or 4th. Kapow then, yeah, not too sure what happened to Kapow, but down in 9th now, or 5th for the Pro-Ams. So West Ham does 10th. What's happened to Danzo? Danzo now down in 11th. So he's been in the pits. He's got new, fresh tyres, full tank of gas. He's gone for. Jump back up to the drivers at front. Don Dotter then still leading this race, almost being pushed by Zuzims through there. Cutler straight back on the rear of him. So Zuzims looking to make a move down the inside of Don Dotter. That position taken side by side through turn 1 then. Really good drive between these two. It's brought Cutler straight back into this fight though. So just 0.3 of a second between these three drivers. Susan's just chucking his car in the middle of the track, going defensive from Don Dotter in second. We see any of these drivers come in the pits? Yeah, I think they're going to run pretty long on those tyres. Susie's on the softs, Don Dotter on the softs, Cutler on the softs. So Bigsy's on the mediums as well. So those tyres are looking absolutely battered compared to the three drivers in front on the softs. Pro-Am drivers, they're running softs for Graham Reeds. Pilgrim Paddy stuck with him, he's on the softs as well. Racing mediums for Ollie O'Neill in third. And Marshall's gone for the mediums as well. Kapow's on the softs, looking a bit battered now. So coming in the pits then Kapow. West Ham Daz up into 9th position then, his front left looking pretty battered. Baggy evening mate. Now then in the pits, and Danzo then just comes around this last little kink. Will he stay 11th, or will Kapow get out in front of him? So Danzo then back up into 10th spot. He did pit a couple of laps ago. Back out of the pits then, all three top ranked drivers. Almost running it off track through there, so Zuzims then made that move past Don Dotter. Cutler's gone for a run around the inside of Don then, around that last turn. They're both going to run side by side through there. Cutler's got the inside line. Both drivers in the pits though. Or did they both go in? Oh, was it West Ham Daz? Oof. So Zuzims comes in then. Don Dotter and Cutler stay out. How does this play out for these top two drivers now? Let's see where Zuzims comes back out. So I thought that Don Dotter and Zuzims both came in the pits. Saw that one of them didn't have a P sign next to his name. I thought they crashed into the wall, caused all sorts of chaos, but both Don Dotter and Cutler come in the pits then. So where's Zuzim's out on track? Just comes through that last little fast kink. Out on the racing softs, hard on the brakes into this last little hairpin. Around the kink. Don taking on the fuel, Cutler taking on the fuel, a lot more fuel on board on Cutler, so Cutler's been released. And he stays out in front of Zuzims, as does Don Dotter. But Don Dotter being overtaken by Zuzims around the outside, good move by Zuzims, coming at full race pace, stand, start, finish straight. Don Dotter unfortunately just not holding the pace coming out of the pits. Now he's got to get past Power as well, so Zuzims around the inside, Don Dotter around the outside. Now 1.8 second gap to Cutler in front. So Cutler's gone for 3/4 of a tank. Zuzims just over 3/4. And Don Dotter, he's gone for 2/3 of a tank, so unfortunately now he's down in third. He's got to stop early in these guys as well. See that display of minis running down there, but right on Zuzims' bumper as they come around that first turn. So Graham Reed's currently in fourth, yet to stop by the looks of it. Bigsy in fifth, so he's been in the pits, half a tank of fuel, fresh set of racing mediums. Bigsy, so 7 seconds back from Graham Reed's, but that puts him 18 seconds back from the Pro-Am driver, the Pro drivers in front in 1, 2 and 3. So Ollie in 6th, trying to chase down. He's managed to get past Pilgrim Paddy. He's not taking on board any fuel though. He's gone for a fresh set of racing softs and just stuck with the fuel he's got. Whereas Pilgrim Paddy has hit fresh set of racing softs and 3/4 of a tank. West Ham Daz in 8th, 3 seconds back from Pilgrim Paddy. He's only got Danzo 2.4 back as well. Drifting it around that last turn. He's getting on track though. So Danzo in 9th. And then in the background we've got Mad Marshall and Kapow going at it for 11th or 10th. Marshall winning out currently in 10th position. Kapow looking to make the move, not quite quick enough down this start-finish straight. Back up to the front, Don Dotter's managed to get his way back past Zuzims. Cutler now 2.4 seconds up the road from 2 drivers behind. Pilgrim Paddy trying to stick Don Dotter and Zuzims through these sections to get a bit of a tow. A bit more time to Cutler in front. That gap up to 2.7. Zuzims then been overtaken by Don Dotter for that second position, down in third, then currently Bigsy in fourth, then he's got past Graham Reed after his pit stop. And now 21, 22 seconds back from 3 drivers in front. So Ollie O'Neill retakes the lead of the Pro-Am lobbies. Graham Reed's 5th. He's now looking to gain a tow from Zuzims and Don Dotter. Managed to make a bit of a break from Pilgrim behind. 2.4 seconds that gap. Not having a bad race at the minute, Pilgrim. Currently sitting in 2nd. Ollie O'Neill pits then. So Pilgrim Paddy up to second in the Pro-Am category. West Ham does third now then. Danzo fourth, Kapow fifth, Madden Marshall sixth. Just Ollie O'Neill comes back out the pits then. Fresh set of racing softs, full tank of gas. Looking to run to the end then for Ollie. Maybe he's just going to come in halfway through and stick another set of racing softs in like he did at the start. So Cutler still got a 2.4 second gap over Don Dotter. Susan's not managed to make his way past him yet. Biggs losing a bit more time, 24, nearly 25 seconds. So out of the podium contention at the minute then for Biggsy. Did stick with the top three drivers for a while, and then just got it wrong on one lap once you're out of the slipstream. Very difficult to gain back on the drivers in front. We'll gain a bit of a toe off the drivers in front for the Pro-Am League, but we are running a lot slower, so you don't get that much of a toe. So Graham Reed's then 3.9 seconds he's got over Pilgrim Paddy, closest rival on track at the minute. Drive into a wall. West Ham does seventh. Front left racing soft, looking battered already there, West Ham. Danzo's mediums looking pretty brutalised as well. Coming under pressure from Kapow now. Kapow's managed to make his way past Madden Marshall. Madden Marshall's gone for a set of racing hards. That's going to bode well at this track. He's going to grip around this fast last hairpin for sure. He's going to lose a lot of speed on the exit of this turn as well. Who's that run wide? It's got power run wide through there. He's kept it on track though. Yeah, so not there. He's running it a little bit wide again, trying to chase down NGR Danzo. Looks like Danzo's come in the pits though, he has. So Power up into 8th then, O'Neill 9th, got past Madden Marshall already. Madden Marshall's picked up a 0.5 second penalty. Danzo in the pits taking on board fuel. So Cutler's extended a little bit more, 2.9 seconds that gap between himself and Zuzims now. Don Dotter's come in the pits for more fuel. So 3 seconds that gap's extended to. 13.5 minutes remaining. Can Zuzims close that gap back down? This racing softs are looking pretty battered by on Zuzims' car. A lot more life left in Cutler's tyres. Zuzims is holding a bit more fuel though. So Zuzims in. Stays out. Don Dotter's now back at out, so he is, what, 29 seconds back from Zuzims currently. Is all going to change. So Zuzims just coming out of the pits then. So the gap between Don and Zuzims going to come down really rapidly now, 7.87 seconds. So Don Dotter to the end then, just over 12 minutes remaining. Cutler's now in the pits. He takes on board fuel. Zuzims comes around this last turn then through the little kink. Where does Cutler get released? So just onto the start-finish straight then. Cutler gets released. Zuzims has already gone past. So he stays out in front of Don Dotter. So Zuzims then takes the lead of the race, 3.5 seconds. Only holding about 2/3 of a tank again. 3.8 second lead now over NGR Cutler. He's coming for a fresh set of racing softs and full tank of gas. So will Susans have to stop again? We'll wait and see. Don Dotter in third, 2.3 back from Cutler. And Biggsy's managed to get his way past Graham Reeds then up into fourth position, but unfortunately 28 seconds back from the rest of the pro drivers. Graham Reeds then leading the Pro-Am drivers tonight at the minute in race 2. Miyabi still holding second position in Pro-Am. Ollie O'Neill third, Matt Marshall in fourth, West Ham Daz in fifth. Danzo just allowing Zuzib to sneak through there, has allowed Kapow to come through as well, so losing a position to Kapow there. So Kapow in 10th, Danzo in 11th. As I say, no cuddles in this race. So 3.3 second lead over, has dropped now 3.1 to NGR Cutler. Still 2.5 back to Don Dotter. He's now got to make his way through these bits of traffic as well. So Cutler's through that traffic. Lost a bit of time to Zuzib's in front. Zuzib's may have to do a bit of a splash and dash at the end. Gap staying at 3.6 then between himself and Cutler. The gap come down between Don Dotter though, 2 seconds. So managing to get past Kapow and Danzo quite easily then, Don. Just flying past him on the start-finish straight, so that gap coming down even more between himself and Cutler. You can see Cutler then just going around that corner, 1.8 seconds that gap now. So all the pressure coming onto Cutler slowly. Zuzib's extending a little bit more, 3.7. Holding a bit of a chunk of a penalty though, just loses it around that first turn. Now down the inside of Graham Reeds. So different power outputs between these two lobbies. Pros running 220, the Pro-Am's running 150. So that's why you'll see some of these drivers overtaking other minis pretty damn quickly. 2 different classes tonight. We've got the Pros and the Pro-Ams. Slight lack of drivers, and then we've had to join lobbies. It's a bit of a shame, but it's made for some good racing. Susib's still holding that little chunk of penalties. Lost a bit of time to Cutler now, 3.3 seconds. Don Doston must have got it wrong. He's now 6.2 seconds back. Half a second penalty as well. So he won't be happy with that. He's out of that fight with Cutler for the time being. 8 minutes remaining then. 3.1 seconds the gap between Cutler and Zuzib's. Cutler slowly taking chunks out of Zuzib's time there. Down to the 3-second mark, just under 3 seconds. So Biggsy back in the pits then, looking to change those worn out racing softs. So the gap between Zuzib's and Cutler, 2.8 seconds. Rapidly, as Susans possibly doing a little bit of fuel saving. Doesn't look like it at the minute. Gap come down even more, 2.5 seconds between Cutler and Susans. Just extending back up to 2.8. See him in front now. Must be goading him on. Just over 6.5 minutes remaining. A lot of work to do for Cutler. Don Dotter's well out of this fight. He has been back in the pits for a fresh set of racing softs. Now almost 30 seconds back from Cutler. Looks like Cutler's going to stop out on those tyres and that fuel. Zuzims looks like he will have to pit then. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Zuzims' fuel gauge already starting to flash. The gap coming down between himself and Cutler as well, 2.2 seconds. So Zuzims in then. Cutler up into first position. Let's see where Dom Dotter comes into this mix. So through that fast chicane. Zuzims won't have to take on board that much fuel. We've only got 6 minutes remaining. So Dom Dotter then, he'll be coming down here full charge. Zuzims released now, so Dom Dotter I think a little bit too far back here to put any pressure on Zuzims. Cutler now, he's got himself a 20.7 second lead. Just 5 minutes 30. He's got just under half a tank of fuel to go. Softs are a little bit battered, but looks like he's going to come in anyway. Just put on a fresh set of boots, probably. Looks like he's holding enough fuel. So on with the shoes, back out the pits then. Yeah, no fuel on board. Zuzims coming around that last little chicane. Cutler already going round turn 1. So the gap reduced then down to about 7 seconds. Now Cutler is in this slightly better position. He should have enough fuel to go to the end of the race. And he's on 2-lap newer tyres as well. So 6.3 the gap between himself and Zuzims in second. Gap between Zuzims and Dom Dotter 4.7. Bigsy in fourth then. So he's a chunk back from 33 seconds back from Dom Dotter. So Graham Reed still leading the Pro-Am boys. O'Neill into second then, managed to get himself past Pilgrim Paddy. Pilgrim Paddy still in a good place for a podium at the minute. He has got West Ham Daz slowly closing him in though, only 1.5 back. Both these drivers are in very similar situations, although West Ham Daz's tyres are looking very more worn. Very more worn? A lot more worn than Pilgrim's. But we'll keep our eye on that, 1.7 that gap. So big gap back to NGR Madden Marshall, 25 seconds. So 9th place for him, holding a bit of a penalty as well. Danzo in 10th, 4.4 seconds back from Madden Marshall. And then we've got Kapow. So he's now 15 seconds back. Sitting at the back of the pack now, unfortunately, for Kapow. Sitting on a fresh set of racing softs, looking to run to the end. So back up to the front then, Cutler. He's put in a 42.2 there, so 7-second lead he's got over Zuzims. You can see the wear on Zuzims' tyres already, hardly anything on Cutler's. Slowly but surely extending away from Zuzims now. Zuzims unable to gain a benefit of a toe off anyone down that start-finish straight. So losing another 2/10 to Cutler. Dom Dotter unable to close the gap on Zuzims either. That gap down to 5.2. Bigsy hurting that mini round there. Take that mini. Reed's seeing if he can make his mini squeal some more. So near 11 seconds back from Graham Reed's. No chance he's going to get that time made up in the 2 minutes we've got. Pilgrim Paddy's only 2.5 back though. And then West Ham Daz unfortunately lost a bit of time now, 5.3 back from Pilgrim, so out of that fight now. Marshall 20 seconds back, gained a bit of time on West Ham through that little mistake that he's had. Danzo 11 seconds back, and Kapow now 9.2 seconds back from Danzo. So just coming under pressure from the other Pro-Am drivers. Cutler He's come in the pits for a little splash and dash. He might lose out to Zuzims here. I thought he had enough to run to the end, but he obviously hasn't. Zuzims then sneaks through back up into first place. Don Dotter, don't know whether he's... No, so Cutler's back out. Don Dotter is making a move around the outside on Cutler. I didn't think Cutler had enough to run to the end, but he obviously thought not. He does keep that second position from Don Dotter. He was lucky. Don Dotter was lucky to make a move around the outside. Zuzims looks like he's played his strategy right again. He's got a 5.1 second lead. Got about a lap's worth of time left. So 142 second laps, 43 second laps, and he's left it with 43 seconds to go. Someone's ploughed it into the wall thinking it was last lap, and it obviously wasn't. So Zuzims then first place, 5.2 seconds over Cutler. Cutler coming under increased pressure from Don Dotter for that second place. Don Dotter's smelling the blood of Cutler at the minute. So 20 seconds remaining. Cutler just managed to make a little bit of breathing room between himself and Don Dotter. Zuzims then 4.9 seconds gap. Only 10 seconds remaining. Will he get an extra lap in? He does. So another lap for Zuzims. Cutler comes across the line to take second. Don Dotter third. Biggsy's going to come home in fourth for the Pro boys. Cuddles decided to sit this one out. So Graham Reed's managed to sneak through to get another lap as well. So Graham Reed's taking the top spot. Oh, what's happened to Biggsy? Biggsy's out of fuel. Oh, unfortunately. So Graham Reed sneaks through then, takes that fourth position off of Biggsy. Biggsy's strategy causing him all sorts of problems tonight. So fifth place for him. Ollie O'Neill coming in second in the Pro-Ams. Pilgrim Paddy in third. West Ham Daz fourth. Mad Marshall fifth. Zuzims comes home to take the win for the pros. So Danzo takes 10th. Almost out of fuel as well. And Gapao, unfortunately, is out of fuel. So he's just rolling around on fumes at the minute. So we'll just wait for him to lumber around this last turn and across the line. So Zuzims played his strategy quite well. I thought Cutler had the win there. He obviously decided that 2 more laps worth of fuel he didn't have in his tank, so he decided to stop. Come on, Gapao, we're waiting for you. Better handbrake it now. Yes, what we're talking about. So Gapao comes home, unfortunately last place with no fuel in the tank. Biggsy having the same problem as well, unfortunately losing that 4th position to Graham Reed at the end. But yeah, another good race, good points on the board for Zuzims and Cutler and Don Dotter. Still good points on the board for Biggsy, but could have done better if he'd have just put a bit more fuel in. So yes, very unfortunate for Biggsy there, but some good racing again from the pros and the Pro-Ams. Some close, tight racing between the Pro boys for certain. Those top 3 were at it for most of the race. Just started to split up again. That always seems to happen. Only takes a little tiny mistake, and like I say, once you're out of that slipstream, very difficult to close back in. Let's read this chat, read this chat, read this chat, read this chat, read the chat. Andre Zell, good job guys, it was some good racing. As I say, it usually is from the CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. So yeah, hit me up on Twitter and all that, and Discord and stuff, and like and subscribe on here and stuff, and join the sim racing groups and stuff. I'll put links in description to the Next Gen boys. I'll put links in description to CHewitt Racing. I'll put all the Twitter links, Twitter. I've said Twitter. What's the other one? What's the Discord? That's it. I'll put all that sort of stuff in the description. I'm back on Wednesday for the GT3s again, or the GR3s. That's always a good series. Really good close racing in that one as well. We'll see a couple of the drivers from this race in that one. Susan's being one of those. He's been out for a while, but hopefully he's back. And then Thursday, what have we got Thursday? The P1 boys with the Renault Megane trophies. That's usually a full lobby. Usually some pretty close racing there as well. So come and check that out Thursday. That's at 9 o'clock. The GR3s is at 8:30. All the next gen stuff is at 8:30. And then Sunday, the P1 boys have decided to knock the super formulas on the head. A lot of the guys not enjoying them. So they've knocked that on the head and they're going to start a new GR3 league. So I was privy to the private practice session of that last night. Had a good couple of races. It was all right. So that should be good fun for the GR3s. We've been kicked out of the lobby. See you later. And then back Monday for round 8 of this. So come and check it all out. As I say, Wednesday back for the GR3s. Thursday 9 o'clock for the Megane trophies. Sunday at 9 o'clock for the GR3 P1 boys. And then back for the next round of this next week. So you know what's coming up. Like, subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mum. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.